Function display. Now that you know what's in the box, I'll show you how to use our newest 2-in-1 dog shock training and bark collar. Here are the remote control and receiver on/off buttons. Press and hold the button to turn on the remote and receiver. Please pay attention to the screens of the remote control and the receiver. The product has been paired at the factory and is in 2-in-1 dog shock and bark collar mode, i.e. both the dog training collar mode and dog bark collar mode are working. At this moment, the two icons in the left corner of the remote control screen are both lit up. The first green icon on the upper left represents the dog bark collar mode, and the second icon represents the dog training collar mode. In the 2-in-1 mode, the dog training collar mode icon and the digital number representing the dog bark training collar mode will be displayed on the receiver screen. The on/off button on the remote control doubles as a mode toggle button. You can switch between dog training collar mode, dog bark collar mode, and 2-in-1 dog shock and bark collar modes with a simple press. By pressing this button, the product switches to the dog bark collar mode. In this mode, only the green icon in the upper left corner of the remote control is displayed. In this state, the receiver will not respond to anything the remote control presses. Press the button again, the product will switch to the dog training collar mode. The white icon shows both on the remote and the receiver. Having just briefly explained how to switch modes, it's time to take a closer look at each button on the remote. On the right side of the remote control are the sound and vibration buttons, and when I press them, the receiver responds accordingly. On the left side of the remote is the shock button. There are also buttons to adjust the levels of the three function modes. Lock button. There is also a lock button on the back of the remote. The lock button can be used when you need to turn on the remote but are concerned about accidentally touching it. In the locked state, the remote will not give commands even if the button is pressed. Receiver display. There are two buttons on the back of the receiver. The on/off button also works as the level adjustment button. Press it once, and the sensitivity level will increase. 0 to 5 level, and 5 is the highest sensitivity level. The other M button means the working methods. The receiver's dog bark collar mode has two working methods. As you can see from the picture, one method only the beep and vibration work, the other all three functions, beep/vibration/shock, work. Warm tip. The remote control and receiver can be used separately, just in case if you can't find the remote control or lose it somehow. The receiver can be used separately as a dog bark collar. Simply follow the instructions in this video to set the sensitivity and the working mode of the anti-barker using the two buttons on the back of the receiver. Level 0 test mode. You'll notice that the receiver has a level 0. Level 0 is the test mode. Because our receiver is a smart collar that it is only triggered when the real dog wearing it barks, which is why we set this extra test mode. In test mode, the receiver can be triggered by a dog barking sound played on a cell phone. Let us show you how to use the test mode below. 1. First, adjust the receiver to level 0. Note, test mode will only stay for 5 seconds and then it will automatically jump to level 5. Please complete the test during this period. 2. Use your cell phone to get close to the receiver and play the dog barking sound. 3. See that the receiver works automatically when the sound of a barking dog is received.